Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. My name is Iris, and in my videos I talk about self-love, relationships, and expanding our consciousness. And in this week's video, I'm talking about having interdependence and balance in our relationships. Relationships are never going to fully thrive if they're lopsided and they're unbalanced. If one person is doing all of the giving and the other person is doing all of the taking. And if you're experiencing this, you know what that feels like. If you are the one doing all of the giving, you know how exhausting it is, and there is no interdependence in the relationship. So interdependence happens when each person is independent of each other, but you both feel comfortable with relying on each other to support each other through difficult times. And relationships don't always have an even balance. Sometimes somebody is going through something where the other person has to give a little bit more and the other person is receiving that giving a little bit more. And then other times it's vice versa. But over time and in general, the relationship is balanced where it's a reciprocal give and take. That is a healthy, balanced, stable relationship. If you're interested in watching more about creating stable relationships, I recently did a workshop on different attachment systems, and I will leave the link below this video to the specific video workshop series on creating those stable relationships. I'll leave that link in the comments box below, or the description box below. And you can watch that video to learn more. But what do you do when you're in that relationship that is very lopsided and you are doing all of the giving in that relationship? It's super exhausting. I have been in this type of relationship. It did not make me happy, and I fixed it. And the way I fixed it was to acknowledge that I needed more from the relationship. And so I left the relationship, and that was okay for me. That was the right choice for me. That might not be the right choice for you, and that's okay. But here's what you need to do if you're finding yourself in that position where you are doing the overgiving and there is imbalance in your relationship, is to pull back on what you're giving. So for example, if you are constantly giving money to your partner and it is draining your bank account and you are doing all of the financial supporting, have a conversation with your partner, because communication is key in a relationship. Have the conversation and say, I notice that I am giving you a lot of money and I'm starting to suffer financially. I notice my credit cards are increasing. I'm getting behind in my bills. I need to scale that back and take care of what I need to take care of, my personal financial responsibilities and commitments. So how is that going to impact you? Because I'm not going to be able to financially support you in this way anymore. Having a conversation like that really does take courage, and you have to have the confidence in yourself to be able to have that conversation. So it might not be finances. It might be, your partner is having, one catastrophe after another, and they're always leaning on you to save them. This is actually enabling behavior. And so again, you want to have the conversation to say, this is how I feel when this happens. And as you start to scale back on how much it is that you're giving, you're allowing your person to step up to the plate in their own lives and to start taking responsibility for themselves and doing that learning and doing that growing. And as you scale back and have those conversations, you actually create more balance in your life. You are still independent of each other. You're two separate beings. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you're this. You're two separate individuals in this relationship. You're co-creating within this relationship. You can't be samey. You have to be independent, but it's the balance between allowing people to rely on you and you being able to rely on your person, and vice versa. So as I mentioned, if you're interested in learning more about a stable relationship, what independence and interdependence in that relationship looks like, see the description box below. The link to that video is there. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.